Welcome to Opening the Vault,
where we watch every Disney animated feature in chronological order.
This week we are watching 1959's Sleeping Beauty. Whoa. I think I watched this 10 years ago, maybe.
I may have been 10 the last time I saw it.
Let's watch Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, sparkling with colorful spectacle, brimming with gay music and delightful new songs, filled with fascinating new Disney characters.
All right.
Okay, we did it.
Sleeping Beauty. No surprises there.
No.
It's really pretty.
It is really pretty.
It's very differently styled than both Cinderella and Snow White.
It is. It's almost like they were going for like a tapestry look.
Mm-hmm.
So the characters aren't quite as detailed as I think like Cinderella was, and it's very pretty, but it's just, it seems like it's lacking like some depth, I guess.
Yeah, it's this like medieval style they were really going for. Walt had an idea of making it a moving illustration, which I guess is different than a cartoon, sort of, in artistic thought. This was the last fairy tale movie in Walt's lifetime, and is the last fairy tale Disney movie until Little Mermaid in 1989.
Really?
So there's like Sword in the Stone and whatnot that are like legends, but they're not fairy tales.
I see.
This movie cost a lot and took a long time to make because Walt wanted that style, and it didn't quite make its budget back, so it was the first loss that Disney had made in quite some time. So that was really not good. Though in subsequent releases, it did make up more money and is now like hailed as a classic and an artistic masterpiece and all this and that for its visual styling. It's also the first film in 6.1 surround sound. So a big part of people going to see this in the movie theater was see it, hear it.
I do remember as a kid, I didn't like Prince Philip. He bothered me for some reason. I couldn't explain it when I was a kid, but I did not like Prince Philip, and I was the weirdo because I didn't like Prince Philip. And so I remembered that when we started watching, and I tried to go in with an open mind of like, you know what? I didn't like Prince Philip as a kid. Maybe things will change. Maybe things will be better. Nope, still don't like Prince Philip.
You know, I think it's probably because when he shows up with Briar Rose / Aurora, he's like Prince Grabby Hands Philip.
He is Prince Grabby Hands Philip.
He just never lets her hand go, and he sneaks in on her and dances with her, and she's kind of into it, so it's not quite creepy, but then when he's trying to talk to her, he like never lets go, and she pulls away, and he grabs on her hand, pulls away.
And I think that's why I didn't like him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, what's this guy doing? She's having fun in the woods, singing with her animal friends, and he's just like, oh, I'm going to sing too. We're singing? This is a singing party?
He's the first Disney prince that has a name.
He is.
Because Snow White's prince is just the prince, and Cinderella's prince is Prince Charming, but apparently that's not like... He's not like King Charming's son. That's just what they call him. So he's Prince Philip. Got a name.
Good for him. Not a whole lot of personality, though. One of the other weird things that I don't think I ever understood as a kid, but I noticed immediately, because when they introduce, they're having the party for baby Aurora, and then the king from the neighboring kingdom comes in with his son Philip, and Philip's like 10, maybe.
Yeah, 8. He's not excited about this baby.
He's not excited about this baby. And then they say something about them being betrothed to each other. And I'm like, he's 8! She's an infant!
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, it's in the narrator. And the narrator's like, haha, he doesn't like babies. Good thing he's going to have to marry her one day. Ha ha ha.
So then at the end, when they do, like, fall in love and are gonna get married, she's 16. That makes him 20-something.
Yeah.
Ew!
Creepy.
So gross!
Creepy. Maleficent just shows up, and she's like, I wasn't invited to this party.
So I'm gonna kill your daughter, but only when she's 16. Ha 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 ha!
Yeah, it seems to be a strange beef. Like, I don't know, she's just upset that she wasn't invited, so then she decides to put a curse on a baby that she'll die when she turns 16 by touching a spindle before the sun sets.
And last I checked, I mean, I'm not an expert in spindles. But the spinning wheels, the spindle part, isn't really that sharp.
No.
It's like a wooden dowel that holds the yarn skein.
Yeah.
Like, it's not pointy at all. So I never understood that.
It seems to be a very roundabout way. Like, if you really want to... Like, she seems like she's got some pretty good magic.
She turns into a dragon.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Why not just kill the baby?
Right then and there in front of everybody.
That'd be pretty awful. But she doesn't do that.
It is kind of a roundabout way of killing this. Taking revenge for not inviting me to your daughter's birthday party.
Yeah. Flora says something about how their magic can only be used to create happiness, so they can't do anything really about it. But then at the end, they're using their magic for all sorts of stuff. So... the movie is called Sleeping Beauty, but it's really the Flora Fauna Merriweather show.
It is.
Sleeping Beauty is probably about a third of it.
Maybe.
And she's asleep for a lot of that. She's born, they jump in time 16 years. It's like the day of her 16th birthday, so we jump 16 years. She's with the fairies out in the woods because that's their plan to hide her, which apparently works because Maleficent's minions have been looking for a baby for 16 years. Like that I forgot she had minions.
They are anthropomorphized like boars though. So
yeah, they're mixed
not
creatures.
The most intelligent thing.
Right, but I was like, "Oh, I forgot she had like this evil army." Totally forgot. And then they've been looking for a baby, so they're just stupid.
Also though, funny thing, at the end when Prince Philip is escaping the what is it? The Dark Mountain or whatever her castle's called.
Her castle right next door.
Right next door to King Stephen's castle. Like right next door.
Right there.
It's like, no wonder she's mad. She's their next door neighbor, saw the party and was like, I didn't get an invitation.
Yeah. And even though, she's like aligned with hell and the most evil of evils for some reason.
She's evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah, she's just bad at this. I mean, she's kind of fun. She's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Hugely dramatic, so that makes her very fun on screen. I mean, you're not invited to a party, and so you decide to kill a baby in 16 years. That's a pretty big deal. But, Briar Rose grows up, and then we see her as an adult, and they're going to throw her a party when she's 16, adult, as a 16-year-old. All she wants to do is fall in love with this, guy she dreamed about, and tells her animal friends about it. Then Prince Philip shows up, and then they fall in love in a second, even though he's grabby hands. And then she gets told she's actually the princess, and she's upset because she has to be married to the prince. And so she cries, and then she never speaks again. She gets, mesmerized by Maleficent to touch a spindle and fall asleep for a day.
Yeah, it is about a day.
I thought it was longer. In a fairy tale it is. And I think it's because I remember Maleficent captures Philip and then, teases him with the story that she'll let him out to wake up the princess when he's really old. So he'll be old and dying, but she'll still be young, so their true love won't be able to last or something. And that's pretty... it's a kind of fun little visual moment, but then he gets broken out with the fairies and... he chops away at some briars. They're lit on fire by Maleficent because she's like, well, I can stop him with that since the briars didn't work. That doesn't work. She turns into a dragon to stop him. His awesome sword technique.
Flail around until I hit something.
My same sword technique. And the fairies are like, you have to do it alone, Philip. And then they help. And
they do all the work. They do all the work.
Yeah, it's really strange. And then...
They turn the rocks into bubbles. They turn the boiling oil into a rainbow. They turn the arrows into flowers. Yeah. They make his sword, shiny.
Super special to hit her right in the heart.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to do it, Philip. We'll do it all now. It doesn't make any sense. And then he goes up, but he doesn't speak anymore either.
No.
Even when he fights and stuff, he's not saying anything. And
after Maleficent captures him, he doesn't say another word.
Yeah, and then
the rest
he
of the movie.
Kisses Aurora. She wakes up. Prince Philip changes clothes, and they walk downstairs.
In her bedroom.
Yeah, but she doesn't change, so it's fine. But then they even, like, are trying to talk to them, and they, like, don't say anything and just start dancing. Then they dance on a cloud in the end. So they don't say anything. It's really weird. Like, Merryweather and Flora and Fauna still talk, and the King still talk, but, like, the titular character, like, she only said so much. She sings a couple songs.
Yeah.
When we kind of meet her as a person, but she's really not in it that much.
No, she's not. It really needs to be called Three Fairies and a Baby.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. So overall, Sleeping Beauty is really pretty to look at. It's definitely a very specific style that they animated it in. So Aurora has never really been my favorite princess. I always thought she was very pretty, but as far as like coolness of the princess, she doesn't really do it for me. I want her color changing dress. That's what I want. I want a dress that changes colors.
Pretty cool.
It is cool. And then Prince Philip is hands down my least favorite prince.
Aurora, I feel like, is part of the, like, what people don't like about Disney princess issue. Aurora just doesn't get to do anything, and then she just wants to be in love, and then she is. And
like, she's not interesting.
the whole story is what happens kind of around her,
Yeah.
and it's not about her. Overall, I mean, it's one to watch. If you haven't seen it, for art, and, you know,
I guess so.
people like princess movies, but it's only all right, I think. I don't need to watch again. I don't dislike it, per se, but I'm also not like, oh boy, Sleeping Beauty.
So if you liked this video, go ahead and click that little like button there. Give us a little thumbs up. If you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe.
Is it over here?
Subscribe.
It's over here. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Somewhere.
It's over there.
Somewhere. Over here.
Push it.
Push the button.
Do it.
Push the button.
There's also our Instagram and our Facebook. You can go over to Facebook, and we have extra videos and behind the scenes and all sorts of little things we put there. Yes. Next week, we are going to be watching
101 Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians. Very excited.
One of my favorites as a kid. So as they say in the Disney parks,
have a magical day.